Oh my.
I'm about to tell you a story of how a massive ass rat snuck into our house and how I permanently got rid of it. This story takes place about a year and a half ago, just when the pandemic started creating a buzz. About a month before the first lockdown. Everybody was in panic mode, but I was straight chilling, broski, because schools are gonna be closed. And this was an opportunity for me to finally start my YouTube channel. So one evening, as I was sitting by my computer doodling in Photoshop, listening to some cool ass lo-fi beats, when I noticed something move over by the kitchen. Something small and black. So I stood up and went to take a look. I looked behind the curtains, nothing. Inside the drawers, nothing. In between the dishes, nothing, bro. I even looked behind your mama, nothing still. So I thought maybe the fact that I was sitting in the same exact spot for 6 hours straight with no water or food had me tripping. So I made me a peanut butter sandwich and some coffee, and I went right back to my computer and started watching me some A few minutes later, I hear sounds coming from the kitchen again. And then I see a little black figure hop from the top of the sink down to the kitchen floor. Mind you, it's 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm super tired. And it's 3 a.m. in the morning, bro. Everybody knows weird stuff happened at 3 a.m. For all I know, that could be a 2-foot demon trying to come and freaking take over my body or something, you know? So naturally, I was panicking. But I was able to master up some courage and walk to the kitchen to take a peek. And to my surprise, a big, fat, hairy rat was sitting on the kitchen floor. The level of fear that I experienced in that moment is indescribable, because this was no Ratatouille, my brothers and sisters. This was not some Tom and Jerry. This was Master Splinter's long lost son, Eat That Pizza 445. This rat was so big, fat, and disgusting, it needed its own episode on my 600-pound life.
Tell you the truth, I ain't gonna lie to you.
What's wrong with me?
It's look at your fatness.
You ain't a prize.
So as I'm looking at this monstrosity of garbageness, it has the guts to look at me right in my eyes, and I look right back at it. And it looks at me and I look right back at it, look like a freaking Mexican standoff. So this rat sees that I'm trying to go for the broom, so it dashes into a hole it had already dug through the kitchen cupboards. This rat had been in our house long enough to have already created a route so that it could move anytime it wanted around our house and eat leftovers and type stuff. But unfortunately, my brother, you are not gonna get away with it. This is not Scooby-Doo. So I took some plastic bags and newspapers and stuffed them in the hole, because at this point I was super tired and all I wanted to do was just go to sleep. My plan was to keep it in there overnight so that I could deal with it the following day. So I went to sleep and I woke up later that day. And the first thing I did was go and check on the rat hole. And all I saw was shredded plastic and newspaper pieces. I could see by the damage that this rat caused to the newspapers that we was dealing with a demon. So I immediately called my dad and asked him if he could buy rat traps on his way from work. Cause we was dealing with a demon, bro. We was dealing with a So I spent the rest of the day looking for Splinter Jr. 445, but he was nowhere to be found. So I assumed he heard how rather vigorously I was beating my exercising, got scared and ran away. So when my dad got home from work, we set the traps all around the house just in case the rat was still around. And I knew the only thing that Mr. 445 was interested in eating was a cupcake or a minor. So all that was left to do was to wait and see if the rat was still in the house. So we waited all night to see if the rat would show up, but nothing happened. So I got tired and decided to beat my sleep. I decided to sleep. So the next morning I woke up and went to check if the rat was caught. But all the bait that we had set on the traps, gonzo, but the rat was nowhere to be found. Like I said, it was no ordinary rat. It was a freaking demon, bro. We was dealing with a demon. My last option was to get rat poison and feed it to that fat sluggy bitch. So my dad went and bought rat poison. It was about time we caught that 445 menace, my 600 600-pound live brain dead drain dwelling demon. So 3 days go by and no sign of the rat, so we just assume it ate the food and died somewhere outside the house. And just as we are talking about it, it runs from the back of the fridge into the living room. Terrible mistake, because the only 2 exits are between the kitchen and the passageway to the bedrooms, and those are both blocked by me and my dad. So this rat sees that it is trapped, so it tries to go and pull a juke by my dad, but my dad hits it with that sunja kick right to the stomach. Heard the rat go, ugh. It was gunny, but it woke up, and that's when it made its life-ending decision by trying to come for me, because I grabbed the broom, and as it came for me full speed, I swung that broom so good it aimed right at the center of that 445 Menace's head. 445 Jr. was donezo, and now rats tell tales about me. Murducks, the Murducks, the rat destroyer. What's up, man? I hope you guys enjoyed that video as much as I enjoyed making for you guys. And before I end the video, I would just like to give a shout out to the lovely and talented Pixel.DreamsX on Instagram for making my very first fan art. Shout out to you, Shiski or Hisky or Daysky. Look how clean it looks, bro. This is cleaner than a baby bottom. Da Vinci. Whoo! One thing I gotta say though is she made me bald. Guys, I'm not bald. Underneath this beanie, I got nice luxurious hair like that one Chinese cartoon character. What's his name? Nuratta Nazumaki with the Super Saiyan, right? Yeah, that guy. Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.